We'll go ahead and get started. Thank you everyone for joining us. My name is Tiffany. I'll be introducing our presenter today. Welcome to LATAN's webinar series, Using Assistive Technology to Manage Life Staying at Home. Today's webinar is Meditation's Benefit on Decreasing Stress and Increasing Overall Well-Being. Before we get started, I want to ask you to click on the bar below, click on the chat box and enter your name, your email, and the parish you're joining us from, and send that to LATAN. While you're doing that, I want to let everyone know this webinar is scheduled for 30 minutes, and we will have time at the end of the presentation for questions. The microphones will be muted throughout the presentation. If you need closed captioning, you can access that by the closed caption box on the toolbar. Presenting today will be Laurie Pannell. Laurie is LATAN's occupational therapist. And with that, I'll let Laurie get started. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany, and thank you for those who are attending and taking time out of your busy schedule to attend LATAN's webinar. This webinar is just a brief overview of meditation. So we'll just go over what it is, the history, benefits, types, what's included in meditation, and perform a quick body scan meditation at the end of the presentation. This meditation, it can be helpful for us to pause and recognize our current situation with this pandemic, recognize our emotions and what we're going through, and hopefully help calm our body and mind. So we'll start with, what is meditation? Meditation in scientific literature has several definitions, primarily awareness that emerges through paying attention on purpose, in the present moment, and non-judgmental to the whole experience, to include sensations, your thought process, your emotions, and moment by moment. A more recent definition includes, once again, the moment-to-moment awareness, paying attention in a specific way in the present moment, being non-reactive, non-judgmental, and open-hearted and open-minded as possible, suggesting that the attention to the moment is the single most critical aspect of mindfulness and acceptance and being non-reactive. Attention, intention, and attitude are most important components of mindfulness. Paying attention to one's experience can lead to changes in your perspective. So what is meditation? Continued. Some of the key components of meditation and mindfulness include being present in the moment and having awareness of everything that's going on around you, what's going on in your body and your emotions. Having a beginner's mind, just being open to the whole idea of what meditation is. Being non-judgmental and non-reactive, and acceptance. So there's no absolute certain of when meditation officially started. There are multiple references across different religions and different cultures, including Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. And all of this has contributed to an informed practice known as meditation today. So let's quickly go over the history of meditation. The oldest documented evidence was in India. In India, they had religious texts and meditations, and it moved on to China in the 5th and 6th century. Japan also began saw its emergence of meditation in the 8th century, as well as in Greece, being in contemplative prayer, and the Eastern Orthodox Church. In Europe, it began with the study of Buddhism, and it was mainly among those who were intellectuals. There was scientific research in America that began in 1936. There was a movement towards insight meditation in the 1950s. Transcendental meditation began in the 1950s in America. The first yogis studied it in Western sciences in the 1960s, and mindfulness programs started in the 1970s. Meditation through research was in the 1970s and 1977. So here we'll talk about a little bit more of the research as well in that meditation. There's been medical applications of meditation in the 1979 to help treat chronic diseases. And there were first major clinical trial of mindfulness with cancer patients in 2000. And a little history of my history is I actually have worked with cancer patients for the past 2.5 to 3 years, and it has definitely helped in their outcomes. So the benefits of meditation. There are different studies that I came across in my research, and the first study talked about 90 cancer patients who participated in meditation and significantly less depressed, anxious, angry, and confused emotions. More research at Harvard Medical School used technology and showed that it activated the sections of the brain in charge of the autonomic nervous systems and those functions that our body can't control, helping decrease our blood pressure and helping decrease our stress. Recent research says that just doing as little as 10 minutes of meditation in one session can bring benefits to calming your life and decreasing your anxiety. So the next slide suggests that meditation practice induces functional and structural emotion. Those areas that are included in self-awareness, self-regulation, as well as attention, executive function, and memory. So Marsha Lucas, a PhD, says if you're better able to know what's true for you, then you can be better attuned to the person you're within. So this is what meditation allows. So in my personal experience as an occupational therapist, it has allowed me to pause and decrease my knee-jerk reaction as well, increasing my awareness so I can take a clearer view on how to solve problems even in stressful situations. So we'll briefly talk about types of meditation. There are numerous types of meditation. They're based on science or religion. There are formal and informal meditations. Formal meditations is taking the time each day with a certain posture to focus on your breath, body sensations, thoughts, and senses. Informal meditation is for bringing mindful awareness to your daily activities and require moving meditations. Healthline gives 6 types of meditation. The first is mindfulness. It's most common in the West and easily practiced alone. This is actually where I've started and where I've used most of my practice with patients within the hospital setting and the cancer rehab clinic. There's also spiritual meditation, which is similar to prayer, which Catholics may use I'm having a moment, I'm sorry. There are different prayer beads that are used within the different religions. Focus meditation is concentration on any of your 5 senses, including your breath, or just paying attention to things that you're seeing, or things that you're feeling around you, or tastes that while you're eating food. Movement meditation may include yoga, walking, gardening. People who find peace through movement and let their mind wander, this is the best meditation for them, a movement meditation. Mantra meditation includes a word or phrase. Mantra meditation is best for people who do not like the silence, but like the repetition. As well as transcendental meditation. It's the most popular in the world and the most researched. There are many types of meditation. Most have 4 elements in common. Find a quiet location with as few distractions as possible. A specific comfortable posture, which includes sitting, lying down, walking, or any other position that fits you at that moment in time. A focus of attention on specifically a chosen word or a set of words, an object, or a sensation. And most important, having an open attitude, letting the distractions come and go, letting your mind wander, and without judging them. You have to want to do it and be open to that change. Be kind to yourself in this moment. So it's easiest to start with a 2 to 5 minute meditation and increase the time that you meditate as you need. It's trial and error, and it's about finding what works for you. It takes practice. And you need to be kind to yourself. Once again, if your mind wanders, it's okay. So to give you a little history about myself, I started daily meditation a little less than a year ago after attending a course in yoga and rehabilitation. I've been a therapist for 16 years now. So this was very informative and a great course that I went to. I started meditation because of a particularly stressful time in my life, and I started with 2 or 3 minute meditations just from a basic app on my phone. At the time, I was also working in outpatient cancer rehab clinic, which I still do, and I did a lot of research on how meditation can help clients in this setting. The research reported decreased anxiety in these patients, decreased pain, and increased quality of life with this population. The clients that I saw truly enjoyed this experience to such an extent, many of them made this a daily practice to deal with their own stressors of having cancer. I've dealt with patients who have been post-surgery, post-radiation, during chemotherapy, and I found that the body scan meditation was the easiest for them to follow. And a lot of times at the end of my session, my patients were just like, oh, that was so nice. That was awesome. It really helped decrease their pain and really helped decrease the anxiety that was going on around them. So I just want to do a quick meditation. And bottom line is, it do whatever makes you feel better in the end. So I want to do a quick body scan meditation. So if you're sitting or if you're laying down, find a comfortable position. Or the slide with the GIF. one before that, and I think the one before that. It has a click, a hyperlink. There you go, right there. You could click on that hyperlink, please. And this hyperlink is basically if you are unable to help control your breath, it will allow you something to visually focus on so you can pay attention to your breath. Okay, let's go with the meditation. So find yourself in a position or lying down, or you can watch the diagram as far as breathing in and out to help calm your breath. Energy. Let go. Let there be some slack in the jaw and soften the belly. Start the body scan by tuning into the crown of the head. Simply bring your awareness to the top of the head, tuning into whatever isn't for you. Can you feel the skin of the scalp? The temperature of the air on the skin? Your hair? There's no right or wrong. Just tune into whatever is physically present. You can drop down into the forehead and brow. Again, tuning into whatever is present. You may notice the temperature of the air, some slight scrunching of the brow. Whatever is present, simply with it. Down into the eyes and cheekbones. With eyes closed, you may notice some movement. Simply be. Continue down to the tip of the nose and upper lip. Here you can feel the body breathing gently and naturally. You may notice the air is a little cooler coming in and a little warmer as you breathe out. Move on into the mouth, looking at the lips, the jaw, and the tongue. Any tension or slack in the jaw, or whatever it is that is present. Drop down into the neck and the throat, noticing any tension or any movement of the body with the breath. Remember, there is nothing you should be experiencing. There is no right, there is no wrong. Just tune into the physical experience. Let go of the judgments and thoughts and return to the actual physical body. You can move on to the top of the shoulders and into the shoulder blades, perhaps noticing any movement with the breath or the sensation of the clothes on the body. Dropping down into the upper arms and elbows. Again, just tune into whatever is present in your experience. Continue down into the forearms and wrists, perhaps noticing any points of contact Maybe your arms are resting in your lap, or are the arms of your chair, and just notice how that feels. And moving into the hands, go over the palms, the fingers, and the back of the hand. Notice any points of contact where the hands may be touching each other or resting in your lap. You may notice that the temperature of the air feels different on the back of your hand than it does on the palm. Come back up into the chest and rest here for a moment, tuning into the body, breathing. You can notice the rising and falling, the expansion and contraction, the natural movement of the body, breathing itself. As you drop down into the abdomen and stomach, again, you may notice the sensations of the body breathing. Rest your awareness with the body and just stick with whatever sensations arise. Drop down into the hips, the pelvis, and the butt. You can probably feel the point of contact where your body meets the surface. And take a moment to feel these sensations. Move on into the thighs and knees, noticing any point of contact, any tensions, the clothes on the body, and anything else present in your direct experience. Drop into the calves, shins, and ankles, seeing what's present for you. Perhaps there is some ease or some jittery or anxious feelings in the legs. Finally, move into the feet. Go over the heel, the arch, the ball of the foot, the toes, and the top of the foot. Tune into the points of contact where the feet are touching the ground or tucked up underneath you. Take a moment here at the end to tune into the whole body together, from head to toe. You may be able to feel the breath energy as it moves through the body. Here, you can give yourself a little smile if you choose, and just take a moment and be grateful. I want to thank you for taking the time out. And giving your body and your mind the time to take a break. Are there any questions?
You can now unmute your microphones if you have any questions for Laurie. And while we are waiting on questions to come in, if you would please go to polls at the bottom of your screen and take there's 4 questions. If you would just complete the polls for us.
I would like to thank you for offering that guided meditation. It really helped me, and I like to thank you for that. I want to mention that I'm a assistant professor in clinical rehabilitation counseling program, and I work with a lot of practicum and internship students, and mindfulness and meditation is one of the skills that I personally and professionally have found very effective in a lot of different environments, whether it be a mental health environment or substance abuse, or even vocational rehabilitation, just using a skill to help clients kind of refocus and draw attention to those things that they can control and perhaps away momentarily from those things that they can't. So I really enjoyed the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your input.
Our next webinar, it's going to be on Tuesday, May 5th, and that one is going to be on accessibility features, tips, and tricks for iOS and Android. And that one is going to be presented by JSAP, our AT Solutions Specialist. Laurie, thank you very much. This was a great webinar. I'm so relaxed now.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.